Hello, beautiful souls. I am Awakened Soul, and today we're going to be reviewing Bitcoin. So, as you know, I like to trade with the flow. So, every day we start off with a fresh start, no expectations, no emotions, right? So, let's go ahead and start off on our monthly time frame. Within our monthly, make sure I like to use the index chart, I like to use the log settings. Once you have it here, I just want you to turn on your 1226 EMA and just visualize the chart, right? If price action's above 1226 EMA, we're in a bullish trend. If the price action's below 1226 EMA, we're in a bearish trend. At this point, technically, we're in a bearish trend on the monthly time frame because the 12 and 26 are flipped to the downside and price action is under. So first thing I'd like to do is turn on my magnet, and using my extended ray, and I have it as my favorite, so the tool section is right here, right? Just go ahead and do one click, two clicks. Try to color coordinate all your trend lines because by the time we're done, we have a techno party, and I use the chakra colors for my color coordination. So red will be my monthly. So anyhow, we have one touch, two touches, right, as my support here. And just visualizing this, right, it looks like we broke down from our support and we are retesting that support. So something to be concerned about, or be aware of, about, I should say. So now we do one touch, two touches here. And how would I get my monthly target? I want you to turn on your pivot highs and lows. Great indicator, I love. And this will show us the exact price action. So you want the highest peak, the highest price action in between the two touch points. So one touch here and it crosses here, two touches. So place a vertical line. So right where it intersects, that's going to be your your bearish monthly target. So zoom in, try to get the most accurate price action. So right here, make sure you color coordinate it. So I get 12K. Wonderful. So that would be my bearish target. And then one touch, two touches, right? But we cross here, so I want the price action in between those two touches. So this is my lowest price action here. So I'm going to place again a vertical line right where the lowest price action is. And I'm just going to go ahead and right where it intersects, that's going to be my monthly target. And we are currently around that price action right now. And I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's going to be a wonderful video today because I'm going to go in depth in regards to how I'm starting to look at the markets. You know, as a trader, you're evolving, you're growing, and you're learning new things. What works, what doesn't work. So at this point, I added a new indicator, and I think it's critical as this is a liquidity game. So I have my supply and demand indicator, and this is it, supply and demand pivot points. And just on your monthly, you'll get little dots here to show you where the supply or the demand is at. Okay, so you see those, hopefully you can see it, those dots here. So you could definitely just mark a line here as your potential demand, right at 32. You see the little dots. This could be a supply zone right here, right? Big supply zone. So just make a little box, extend it all the way, just so you could see where the supply and demand. So I have my bullish, my bearish monthly target, my trend lines. I'm going to highlight my monthly targets because by the end, like I said, it's just a lot going on. So I know those are my targets. Let's go on the weekly. Weekly time frame. Again, make that observation in regards to being in an uptrend or in a downtrend, right? Again, price actions above 26 1226 EMA, we're in a bullish trend. Price actions below, we're in a bearish trend. So on our weekly time frame, we are in a bullish trend, right? And look at your supply and demand zones and highlight them. So this is, sorry, right? This is a demand zone right here based on those wicks, and look at that, we just came back to this zone. So that's great observation. Okay, and then we have this supply zone too. Okay, we're not going to worry about this so much because we're mostly concerned on price action, what's happening right now. Okay, so once you've highlighted your supply and demand zone on the weekly, go ahead and do your trend lines, right? We're doing a 1 touch, 2 touches here, and our weekly is orange. Another great indicator to help you identify the 1 touch, 2 touch, or where to set your trend lines is the higher high, lower low indicator that I love to use. And I like to play around with it. Let's go with 9. I want to see more highs and lows, maybe a 6. Okay, and this is just gonna guide me and show me, okay, where should I place my trend line from, right? Pretty much from this low to this higher low, right? From this lower high to the most current high. So this could be a rising wedge, just visualizing it, right? Just looking at this. This is definitely could be a flag, like a bearish ascending flag to the upside, and it could break to the downside. Something to consider. So imagine that. I'm going to be super bullish right now, but it just came to my mind. I want to share everything that comes to my mind. I was like, imagine this measure move from this flagpole. That would be wild. Oh, 700s. I never say never. But it's the first thing that came to my head. So now that we're here, I want you to set your range. It's important to start setting your range at your weekly time frame. I used the previous candle to set my weekly range. Again, weeklies are orange. So we have our support, we have our resistance within the weekly range. And let's give you some targets. I'm trying to see what could be a next target. It's kind of hard to say right now, to be honest, on our weekly time frame. Let's get closer in here. Let's go to our daily. Okay, with our daily, it's really important. Okay, I want to emphasize this, to only concentrate. Okay, now you have your liquidity zones, you have your supply and demand zones, but it is so critical to understand how the market structure works when you're at your daily, because we are in a contraction phase right here, right? We have trend down, contraction phase, trend down, contraction phase, right? Trend down, this is a contraction phase. So it's important for trend down, contraction phase, trend up, contraction phase. And the reason I bring this up is because sometimes we get lost within all the charts. We have to just focus on this contraction phase, okay? It's really important. And another thing to take away from this lesson and channel is that I am here to teach. I want you to become your own fisherman. I could give you a fish every day, but you need to be able to fish. I want you to understand that within every contraction phase, there's going to be a pattern, either a M, a rising wedge, a falling wedge, a Adam and Eve, a Wyckoff pattern, right? So let's just focus on this contraction phase and let's just see what kind of patterns can we find, right? It is important, it is key to just focus on this contraction phase. So again, I'm going to use this pivot highs and lows, but I'm going to make it a little bit smaller here. I'm gonna put a 3. Maybe if I put a 1, would that work? No. Okay. So within this contraction phase, I'm just gonna connect my highs, my lows, see what pattern I could see from this high to this high. And my daily time frame is yellow. So right off the bat, right, we have a megaphone here. Something to consider, a megaphone. Beautiful. What's your range within the daily time frame? You can use your pivot highs and lows to determine that your high would be here, the most current high. So it's yesterday's candle high. And your range would be down here. So this is your daily range. And again, we're focusing on price action, right? We want to set for our next trade. So what are the observations we're making? 1226 EMA is in an uptrend. We are bullish. We're making a megaphone. We did hit their monthly target, but there's more supply demand zones here. Let's turn on our supply and demand, see if there's anything else we're missing. No. Okay, so let's move into our, so within the daily, like I said, a megaphone could break both ways. It could fall to the downside or it could break to the upside, just like most patterns, right? So within the 4 hours, that's where I start making my trend lines. I start, because I'm a scalper, I'm a day trader, and within the 4 hours, I like to set my range, my highs, my lows. So as you can see, this is choppy, but if you use your RSI and you consider your overbought and oversold, and you consider really important indicator here, your fixed range volume profile, right? Because this is your contraction phase. Again, focus just on your zone. This is it. No more, no less. So within this, pulling this fixed range volume profile from the top left to the bottom right, you're able to see, okay, our point of control is here, and you can mark it. It's right on our monthly target, actually, now that I'm looking at it, right? Let me delete this. Right, just visualize it. You could sit, I like 4 hour trend lines. I think it's critical, but this is a big observation I want you to see just looking at it right now with the RSI. As price action is going up, look at your RSI is going down. So that's a bearish divergence, something you want to consider. And within the 4 hour, again, I'm going to set some trend lines from this low to this higher low, from this high to this lower high, right? I'm trying to focus just on price action. Where do I think price action is headed to? What are the possibilities? I do want to show you something really cool that I saw last night. I'm going to invert the chart. So just right here in this little wheel, I invert the chart here. And just looking at it, I visualize a cup, like a Eve, right? And then we have Adam over here. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty cool. And that's what I mean when I say, like, play around with your contraction phase. What do you see? A cup and a handle. You know, it's important to just analyze and take your time to see what's happening within your contraction zone. So, because if, like, okay, this was a cup, this was a possible Eve here, right? So right here, this is the play. We could continue doing a like coiling up, and it could break to the downside or go to the upside, right? And that's, you want to see your possibilities. Trading is about possibilities. It's about setting your nets and be ready for the fish to come to you. Be ready to fish. So right here, just based on the 4 hour, I have this pennant, right? I have this possible um, Eve, Adam and Eve pattern. So I'm gonna go ahead and move into my 1 hour. So the way I take trace, and please take note, is in regards, I love my trend lines and I can't deny it because they're super cute. So like a one touch, two touch, we broke trend line. So I want a trend line to break. I want 1226 EMAs to start flipping. And of course I want support to be broken. So on the 15-minute, we just broke support. This would have been a perfect short right here. But yeah, it's okay. And EMAs are flipping to the downside. Support is broken, trend line is broken. Where would be my target based on the one touch, two touch for a quick scalp? This is my highest peak, so my target would be around 28,066, right? But yeah, that's how I do it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something more than anything, and leave any comments if you want me to go over any chart. This is what I do, and this is my Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and give me a follow. And I share my setups, I share my thoughts and my music. But I was looking at a cup and handle, like a also like a Adam and Eve situation on DXY last night. And yeah, so I am awakened soul underscore 369. And remember to do everything with love, and may the force be with you.